This 3-day shoot involved 20 crew, 4 world-class athletes, a pre-light day, weeks of prep, and a 20,000 square foot blackout studio. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 main lighting setups I used for this fitness commercial. Let's go. The opening sequence was all about teasing details. Our 4 athletes begin under a laser beam that's shaped around them. As they step out of the beam, approaching the fitness equipment, the world lights up and everything comes to life. I'm going to talk you through the lighting setups under the laser and how we achieve that look. So I've got a new toy. This is a Wacom tablet. I've got no idea how to use it, but I'm going to just use it for educational purposes and show you some of the lighting setups by drawing on them in Photoshop. So do not throw shade at me for being with this. The first setup involved 8 RGB LED panels rigged to large trusses overhead with a laser fixed in the middle. Each LED panel had a layer of diffusion and an egg crate to help avoid light spilling everywhere, and the gaffer would control the light levels from a wireless control box, making it easy for us to manage the colour and exposure. Okay, so we've got the laser beam here that's rigged on the truss. We've got the LED panels just off camera above there, and there's 8 of them. And they're providing a bit of ambient that's just sort of hitting there. The main motivation is the laser beam just here on the 4 that's circling the 4 athletes. Everything else just falls off to darkness, as you can see here, so it's quite a moody shot. It's relatively quite a simple setup. It's just very time consuming to rig up and something we discussed in depth during pre-production, as the creative director wanted to be able to shoot a full 360 degrees of the set, meaning no light stands or diffusion frames could be used. Overhead lighting was then. We also filled the room with the haze in order to get the laser to show up on camera. Without the haze, the light would simply have nothing to bounce off and just hit the floor. Not very cinematic at all. The laser was controlled by a specialist who could dial in the shape and the frequency of the light to reduce flicker. A little bit of advice here. If you're going to use a laser when you shoot, whatever you do not point your camera at the laser. It'll ruin the camera sensor, leaving permanent dead pixels, meaning you have to buy a new camera. A hard lesson learned, indeed. Okay, you can see a little bit more of the detail on a mid shot here. So we've got the laser beam coming down here, loads of haze everywhere, and then the LEDs just giving us a little bit of ambience and just hitting the shoulders here, and here. But we're purposely keeping all this quite dark and moody at this point, so we're not trying to reveal too much. All of this is in darkness, so plenty of shadow to play with. That's why we go for the overhead lighting. When we come in for the close-ups, I would ask one of the sparks to hold a bounce board just to lift the face a little, remove some of the shadows underneath the eyes. The close-ups were a little bit easier as we didn't have to rely solely on the overheads. We brought in an aperture 600X with a large dome to act as the key light and a bounce board on the left of frame, filling the face a little bit. We had a bunch of Forza lights set to 3200 Kelvin, adding some practical warmth to the background. The final setup involved a bunch of practical lights in the frame. We wanted quite a futuristic set with each piece of fitness equipment spotlighted under these rings. These circles are actually just living room LED strips, and there's a spotlight mounted just above each one. The lighting guys would dial in the beam of light to be able to shape the fitness equipment on the floor. We had a few more practical spotlights dancing around the background, and we used our overhead lights to fill everything in a little bit. So there you have it, a few of the lighting setups we use for a fitness commercial. Hope you found that useful, and let me know in the comments if you have any specific questions. Peace!